It's red left switch, Z right, sprint right G, U corner, halfback flat. Nice and easy, let's walk it. Here we go.
Gentlemen, this is the O-line committee, a film breakdown session here where we are lucky enough to go behind the curtain with two former NFL offensive linemen, 15 plus years in the NFL trenches, Jeremiah Sirles, Alex Boone. And on Sunday, we saw the Detroit Lions absolutely pick apart Brian Flores' incredible blitzing scheme with the Minnesota Vikings. And we're going to shine a light on it and break it down today.
It was the most exciting game of the week. You look back and you're going, okay, great weekend of football. What were the high points? What were the low points? This game is pinnacle to top. It was everything you wanted. It answered questions about the Minnesota Vikings. Everyone knew Detroit's a Super Bowl contender, knows that they're knocking on the door. The question was, after the last 6 quarters of what Sammy Darnold had done against the Jets and even a little bit against Green Bay, you're going, okay, is this team for real? And the Vikings went toe-to-toe with one of the best football teams in the country and showed that they are for real and that they can compete at the highest level with these guys. And I know they lost at the end of the day, and Detroit found a way to win, but the Vikings answered a lot of questions about their team as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I think this is going to be an interesting division because you got Green Bay, and they just beat Houston barely on a field goal, but at the same time, they're still in it, right? And then you have the Bears at the same time playing really well. Like, this whole rivalry between everybody is insane. And honestly, you talked about it earlier, Mackey, but when Brian Flores, CTE moment, came out and said that I like to fight fire with fire. Like, we knew what the answer to that was going to be. Let's run the ball. Let's give it to this two-headed beast. Now Montgomery went down early, and that was going to be interesting, and he did fumble it late. But at the same time, it was the run game that kept them in this. And obviously, Jared Goff, a lot of the questions I think have been answered, especially when you look at this game where he started dicing up Brian. They had answers for everything. Amon-Ra St. Brown fucking showing up in a massive way. Like, everybody, Tim Patrick showing up in a big way. Like, everybody's getting involved, which is taking a lot of the load off Jared Goff. And honestly, he's tough. He is tough as shit. And watching him in the pocket, you're like, if you're going to hit this dude, you better bring him down. Like, he reminds me kind of a Roethlisberger. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's that bigger. Dude, I mean, nobody will
less
beat that.
rapey.
Remember?
Wow,
Jesus Christ, dude.
The
It's
tail of the
Tuesday.
tape. Is that what they would put up on?
Seriously.
Tail of the tape.
A little less rapey.
Yards per game. Criminal
Less
accusations.
criminal charges accused.
Doesn't crash motorcycles and flip over handlebars.
Love, like, the visceral reaction from Jay.
I know.
No.
Dude, I think he's more like a serial killer because, like, you look into his eyes when
He
things
does
are
have a
going.
blank stare.
Dude, when things are going well or things aren't going well, he's just like, kind of just looks around. It's like, dude, is anything rattling you? Like,
It's awesome.
Where are the bodies? How have you hidden them? Who knows?
Dude, he goes home
who
to
hurt
Dan
you?
Campbell every night. What could be? He's like, dude, I have nothing to worry about. If anything goes wrong, this guy is going to fuck somebody up. Like, dude, Dan's always got that look in his eyes. Like, he's like, I'm ready. Dude, I love it. This team emulates that. And not only that, but you have to give a huge shout out to the O-line. They were the ones making a lot of this happen. They've been huge all year for them. And showing up every week and punching people in the mouth is not easy to do, but they make it look easy. And that's why they're having so much success.
So we're going to roll. This is a passing reel here for you guys. Yes. And this is going to be, I was going through just the NFL database. This is all of the completions, most of the completions that were classified as against the blitz. So this is Jay's favorite thing here. This is a blitz pickup reel.
Oh, here we
Lions
go.
Against that confusing Vikings defense.
So this is the RPO game, right? The RPO game is a blitz killer on early downs. Third down, not as much, but first and second down, if you think, okay, I want to dial up a pressure, I want to dial up something to get a negative play because I know they like to run the football. So they jump down in here into a diamond front. All 5 guys are covered up front. And so everyone looks like, okay, everything's going to be covered. Excuse me, this isn't diamond, this is under.
Well, they switched it.
Shift.
They stem from what looks like it's going to be diamond, and then they stem into what's an under front, right? So an under front positive match, just real quick. Under front is you have either a nose or an under G, which is where he's a 2-eye on the guard right here.
He kind of is right now.
Then you have a 5 technique over Penei Sewell. Then you have a 9 technique, which is the Sam linebacker, Van Ginkel, standing out over here over Laporta.
who's probably going to come. This is why this is a big pressure. But hey, real quick,
pressure down.
Remember how Jay talked about the G? Remember, Mackey, we talked about that last week. Most of the time, they'll have Harrison Phillips on the center, like we'll call it shaded. But the minute you pull him off the center, it takes away that double team on a lot of blocks. So it forces the guard on a one-on-one block, which is very interesting, and it's something that Brian does that's very different from a lot of defenses.
So they come across. Ivan Pace comes in. So this is just a will it be, right? Ivan Pace is the will linebacker here. 44 is the Mike. 0
they were
the
showing this a lot in London. So as soon as this came up, I'm sure they're like, hey, listen, as soon as you see Ivan Pace Jr. walking up, this ball gets thrown. This ball gets thrown right now. Why? Because they're one less defender. They're one less tackler out here on the edge. He's going to get caught up right here. See that? Oh, I just got caught up. Now we have numbers on the edge. This is what I talked about yesterday in the show when I said they had answers for everything that Brian had. And
look
that's
how far
what's
back
dangerous.
Bynum is. Like, if you go to the wide one more time, when you send Ivan Pace back here, it's 2 over 2 out here, but look how much respect Cam Bynum has for Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Better.
Of
how
just
could
running,
you not?
Just running over the top. And even at the snap of the ball, he's still backing
10
up.
yards. Dude, he's 10 yards now.
So when he catches this ball, there's 12 yards of separation between him and Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's the easiest read for Jared Goff of all time. Pitch it out there, catch it, run.
Especially because we know their receivers do what? They block. They know what they're doing. They've been told by Dan, if you don't block, you're not getting the ball.
Play.
So out here right now, to him, that's a 2-on-1 situation because that safety's so far back. And what are we looking for? We're just looking for the first down. Oh, there it is. Remember, in this league, we're not looking for the home run all the time. We're looking for you to move the chains, keep the ball in our possession, keep their offense off the field. They do a great job of it. Here we go. This is where they make their money, baby. A little play action.
I feel like they've completed this exact pass 15 times in this game. Just like right over the middle, no defenders.
Well, this is what if you blitz, there's a giant void between where the linebacker was and where the safety is. Right? So right here, pause. The gap between Martellus, right? That's Martellus?
Yeah, 44.
44.
This is Josh Metellus right here.
Yeah, so there's Metellus. And look how Harrison Smith and Cam Bynum, they're 15 yards away. That is a massive void over the middle. And this is what happens when you blitz and with the play action, right? It's one thing to blitz and have it be a drop back, because if it's a drop back, then Martellus is just dropping back. But because he takes that 2 steps forward, go back to the snap of the ball again, Mac. He takes 2 steps forward right at the snap because of the play action, right? So his eyes are in the backfield, and watch. Jared Goff does a great job of dangling this ball out there. Boop, boop, and boop. Right there, it's too late.
Already by him. Dude, you can't.
Both receivers are.
You're
Both
screwed.
Receivers are already by you. The only thing you can do here is turn around and panic drop. But he doesn't. He stays up there, and then that's just too easy. It's just too easy of a pitch and kept, and that's the blitz beater. That is the blitz beater. Up behind the linebackers before the safeties can drive on the ball.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
There's another one. You're just replacing the blitzer.
Replace the blitzer.
Dude, what do we talk about? Hey, if they're going to continue to bring Ivan Pace at this rate and they're just going to walk up and dare him to show it like this, like he doesn't care, we're going to put something right behind him. Dude,
so in this case, is it Metellus?
Yes.
Yeah. It's the
and
same
this is
thing.
hard for Montgomery to block. This is a long way to when he's under center like this and he hits this on the run. Montgomery
He tries everything he can, and I appreciate that because very rarely will you see a running back try to come back. Like he knows, oh my God, I messed up, or if anything, my read front side, and as I check backside, I can't get there. You won't see them do this, and he does everything he can to try.
Look at him!
Look at that, dude! He literally tries to go underneath him. I respect the shit out of that.
This also goes back to the toughness of Jared Goff, right? He knows he's getting hit. It doesn't even faze him. He doesn't move. He knows right here. I know where I need to go with the ball. I'm still planting my back foot. I'm still letting it fly. Just pure toughness.
Dude, he does.
And then Amon-Ra St. Brown, slot merchant, as George Pickens likes to call him. He's so good with the ball in his hands after the catch.
Yes, he is.
So good with the ball in his hands. All right, double mug, double barrel, as Booney calls it here. So
here we go, baby.
This has got cover 0 written all over it. And
why is look at that fence. Look at that. Look at those 4 posts.
Picket fence.
So you're saying these guys here are
all 4 of them.
4 over 4. It's 4 over 4, right? 1 over 2 over 2 on the right, 2 over 2 on the left, and you got 8 up. It's cover 0.
This is insane to me. This is insane that he runs by this defender and they don't know what's going on. And this
having
is where,
watched Byron Murphy for a few years,
this is where we talk
surprising.
about. Well, no, hey, how do you not know I'm one-on-one with this guy? Like, everybody's walked up, but this is what I've talked about before. If you're going to play this chess match, and if anybody ever messes up, you're going to get gashed. Like, you have to know everything about everything. And here, clearly, everybody's coming. We're one-on-one everywhere. This guy, Amon-Ra St. Brown, just runs by. Like, that's, to me, that's a bad ME.
How did they muddy this up here? The offensive line.
Yeah, so
Here we go.
hold on, go to the wide one more time. So initially, where's the tight end? So tight end to the right. So this is a 2x2 formation. This is call it doubles right. Right. So doubles right. Go back to the tight now. I just had to know where the mic is. Mm-hmm. So nickel Sam's out over number 2. 54 is your Sam. Number 0 is your Mike. Right. So they're going Mike-based protection. So they're sliding to the left, and then back here they're going to squeeze.
I think they kill it because Harry walks up, because you see him late come back to the left. And so basically, as you're looking at this, you have 4 defenders over here and you only have 3 over here. So you want to send the big boys to the party and expecting maybe one of them to drop out, but you've at least handled this issue. Because if not, if you do slide to the right, you force Montgomery on 0 right away for him to step up. And if he drops, then he's got to get back out to Harry, as opposed to the offensive line just setting back and going, okay, if one of these guys drops, we take the other 3. Or if all 4 come, what do? We get big. Like, we just know what's going to happen more than the running backs, and they're also put in worse situations than us when this happens. Right there,
Frank,
that's where
Frank
he knew Mike
sees it. Yep, Frank pushes over it, and they turn it into basically a full slide on here, and that's why they bring across, and then Montgomery has Van Ginkel off the edge.
Okay, so Montgomery's coming over here.
Yep.
Full slide, meaning all 5 offensive linemen sliding
LLL,
left.
baby. LLL.
Louis,
and this is
Lester,
how you pick this
Louis,
up the
Lester,
best.
whatever you want to call it.
If they want to
Everyone
muddy
just
up the
protects their
middle,
gap.
you just block down, because look, see the right guard right there? He's taken 2. Panay, he does a great job of clotheslining Ivan Pace, and nobody calls that. I thought that was fucking awesome when I watched it in the game.
So these guys are running like a little twist here, and and Pace gets crunched by Sewell coming in and cleaning up on the slide.
They think that they're actually doing a 6-man protection, but what they've just changed it to right here is a full turn. So they're like, you can twist, you can do whatever you want. You're all going to get caught in the wash. Why? Because Panay is our garbage disposal right here. He's just going to push him down. He's going to clothesline you. Nobody's going to get through here. This is a great job of picking it up.
And then Bynum
that's a massive ME.
Well, go back. It's man coverage, and so when they bring the guy across, in motion, Bynum follows. Right, so Bynum follows. They're going to pass it off. Right, they're talking back and forth, and so what they think is going to happen here is
he's blocking.
Yeah. Well, they think it's going to be quick, right? When you go cover 0, you're as a DB, you're thinking ball's coming out. Right, ball's coming out. This is when I can sit on these short routes, these slants, these hitches, and I can jump them, and this is where pick sixes happen. The Lions were like, yeah, we're going to go 2 quick routes, and then we're just going to send our best receiver as fast as we can up the seam.
So here's a dumb question. At what point is 17 – at what point is he flipping his switch to, I'm actually pass protecting on this play?
Whenever Goff checked it.
Okay.
Like Goff checked this in.
They probably, what they went up and did was probably like 2 Jet, Squire, Alert, 58, Max, Reno. And all of a sudden he looks up there and he's like, listen, these guys want to play chess. We're just going to punch them right in the mouth. Here we go, 58. Because 58 for us was always our turn protection or Spider 2. Spider 2 is more goal line. But that instantly was like, hey, and the check would be, hey, if they're in a 4 down front, we're going to run 2 Jet. If they give us any fucking wild look, you're just going to R&L this. And now that receiver knows he's coming across and becoming the extra blocker.
Doink.
Dude, he's, oh my God. He is so fun to watch.
So now you go.
We don't have any runs of Jahmyr Gibbs in here. Not even that 40-yarder that he took to the right side.
I mean, dude, there was 25 offensive plays I could have grabbed for the Lions.
I know. Here we go.
So
this is our odd front. This is our odd. Ooh, look at this pickup. God, that looks sexy.
You essentially just turn this into a 5-0.
Yep.
Right. So this essentially just goes 5 down. Right. 5 down.
Like this.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But they turn it. Because they see something.
But they see safety. They see Harry, right?
See how far down Harry is?
Harry's the one here that gives this away. So whenever you're looking at safeties, whenever you're reading safeties from an O-line's perspective, the number one thing is if he's topping someone or if the safeties are on different levels. So pause it. So A, he's topped, right? 22 is topped 44, so that means that he's covering for 44 if he's going to blitz. And then when they're on different levels, usually this is a two-deep look. Usually Harry and Bynum are going to be kind of similar on their levels. But when you start seeing that different levels, that's what gives it away. And that's why Ragnow sees it, Glasgow sees it, and they just go, okay, we'll just turn to that again.
We would have called this a Lou because it's a 3 down front and Lou has 3 letters. And so you know instantly that these 3 are down. And instead of we would have called this like a Birds or a 5-0, we're going Lou. It puts Panay now on the defense, the true defensive end right there, and tells everybody, hey, we're all sliding to the left. You have one guy to your left. This is what I was talking about. When you throw pressure at people, if the offensive line just go, oh, Lou, and pick it up and look at that pocket. Look at that pocket. We haven't seen this all year, and this is what happens when you play a team like this. They're well-disciplined. They're well-coached. They know what they're looking at. They're not afraid. This is the fight we thought it was going to be.
And this is also a pressure that as a defense you assume the back's going to be in on. Mm-hmm. Right? This is if you're the defensive coordinator, you're assuming that Jahmyr Gibbs is the one that's going to be picking up this back because the offensive line is going to go 5-0. And so when you slide it and you get the back out, he's not in the pass defense. Right? No one's accounting for him. He just kind of sneaks out because you're assuming when you make this call that he's going to be eaten up by the blitz.
Yeah. Look at this little ditty right here.
Was so pretty. Oh,
stick him.
Dude, I'm telling you, man.
Is that
the
Tillery?
Two of them
is that Tillery trying to chase him down?
I think so.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Godspeed, sir.
Yeah,
Godspeed.
not going to happen. Not going to happen.
The Lions have, fill in the blank. The Lions have 2 of the top blank running backs in the NFL. If Montgomery's their second best running back.
Top 7.
Montgomery's a top 10 back.
I would say Montgomery is a better true running back than Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs is a more versatile running back.
I would say they are top 2 right now.
Oh,
no,
stop it.
I'm saying
you're
like
putting him over Saquon.
Are you saying
Derrick Henry?
I'm not saying as a combo. I'm saying
individually.
Are they both individually top 10 running backs?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I would say top 7.
I'm sorry.
Top
I thought you were
7.
saying together because I was like, I don't know.
Together, it's
tandem.
number 1.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I don't know that there's a tandem better than them right now. So I was like, dude, what did you say?
No, it's number 1.
They're the best tandem in the NFL.
Well, Derrick Henry and whoever else is in that room might also be on the list.
Just because it's Derrick Henry, though. It doesn't matter who else is
Saquon and Gainwell made a good running this week for it. I mean, it's really 2 guys that can play off of each other. And no matter what play is called, they can run it. And one can spell the other, and it's just fresh legs. It's fun.
Here we go again, right? Safeties are on different levels. You start to see number 2 creeping over here. Right, as an offensive line, this is a pretty easy look to see when you start seeing different levels.
Look at that.
Here he comes.
Dude, look at the disparity, though, between the safeties.
This is such a big-time throw. People don't understand how hard this throw is. From the opposite hash, like from the left hash to throw all the way across the field and get it to the sideline without,
it's got to be a laser.
Without a DB jumping that and going the other way. Unreal confidence in your arm.
Absolutely.
Right,
and this is like a 2nd and 15 too, so it gets you back in manageable.
Real quick. Watch the center. Watch Ragnow. No, from the behind. You can go from the behind copy.
God damn it, Mackey.
Here we go.
Right, so right here, they're all getting set up. Right, Frank takes a look there. He pops his head back up here. Bring the motion.
So he watches that motion.
He watches the safeties rock and roll. Right, he sees with the motion, 22 rolls back, 44 rolls down.
Look at him looking.
He's like a peacock, right?
He looks like a dog.
He's
hunting.
like, oh, okay, 54 is our point.
There
right?
he is. There he is.
54 is our point. We get to go here.
Go
and you even see Pace is like, hey, you pointing over there. I mean, it's too easy for a guy like Ragnar, who's one of the best centers in the league. ID's 54. Ivan can try and pretend all he wants. Boom. He goes right there. Montgomery's in. This is an all-out pressure.
And this is a great job by Montgomery. Go back. And this is another thing. This is another reason why I love him is he's not afraid to step up here and block.
He's not cutting in the hole. He's not cutting in the hole. He's putting his face on this dude.
He does a great job here of getting it. Now, this twist will eventually get you picked because they're on different levels, and this is something you always have to worry about in the O-line room is if you watch here, Ivan Pace is going to blitz, right? But they're twisting. I think it's Jerry Tillery back the other way. But see the natural depth that Ivan gets into the hip of Glasgow? That's going to cause a problem at times because all of a sudden right there, I'm sorry, it's the linebacker. See how it becomes a natural pick there?
So you're looking at 54 here.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah, that's the guy who's going to come back, and that's why they're doing this because they want you all to slide to the right, and at the last second, I'm going to come back to the left side, and it's see right there, and all of a sudden it creates this natural pick effect right there. But Goff is already getting ready to throw the ball, which is a laser
into the outside.
That is a hard throw, dude.
The whole thing, it's just dissection every single look. It felt like, and he got sacked.
Dude, it was a war. It was a
war
war out there. Those guys were going at it, man. This was easily one of the best games of the year. Remember when Washington played the Baltimore? I thought that was going to be a great game. This was the bloodbath.
This save a life from Penei Sewell is next level offensive line play. So just let this run out real quick. We'll get to the breakdown here in a second. But just watch the right tackle. Right, just watch him. Just let it play, Mac. Just watch him entirely. He sees his guy drop. He sees, oh shit, Pace is open, and just, I mean, that's a save a life, right? Because if he doesn't hit him, he's taking Goff down. He maybe affects this throw more than he does, but this is just an awareness. Like his awareness on Madden went up after this. Right, you come back here and you're like, oh shit, bang, and you just take enough of him just to get enough off of him.
He is so violent and so fun to watch.
Darrisaw on the, I think we'll do it on Purple Daily, Booney, but Darrisaw had a similar one.
One where he
kind of a pirouette.
Spins back out. Yeah. Incredible.
Dude, the athleticism of these guys is incredible. Jay's right. The awareness to come back in. Now, there is a guy rushing from outside, and at this point, I'm sure he doesn't even care because he's like, what's going on in here? But that hit right there, you have no idea how much that saved Jared Goff.
Yes. And first of all, right guard, don't jump outside.
Seriously. Well, he's young. Leave him alone.
He's young. But, like, you have to know,
right
linebackers,
there, stop.
Number one coaching point. If you're an O-lineman and you're watching this or you're doing anything, you're coach O-lineman, if a linebacker is blitzing, he's always going to deke you outside and rip back across your face. Always. It's their number one pass rush move.
Yeah.
Right? So as a young guard, you have to understand you can't fall for the head fakes and all that. You just have to sit inside out because they're always coming back inside.
Stay tight, yeah. So this is now, I think we're now progressing here into Lions need a field goal to win the game territory, get into field goal range. So Vikings defense is kind of caught in a tough spot here too.
Come back across here. You go trips right. Got 5 bigs.
Here we go.
By the way, late in the game, I mean, they're still running these sort of play action
Dude, it's what they're built
right?
on because they could hand the ball. They could do a lot of things. Like they never really get away from their offense, which is fun, unless it's really
with like a minute
game.
minute and change with a couple timeouts. Like,
dude,
yeah, you can.
This goes back to when you dial up these type of pressures and you have 5 known rushers in the game, right? 58, 60, 97, 99, 43. Known rushers. You're assuming all 5 of those guys are going to get 5-0'd by the linemen. And that Ivan Pace is going to be the one that eats the backup on the blitz, right? That's why you call this. You call this so that Ivan Pace eats up Jahmyr Gibbs. But because they run a play action and a move the pocket and they get guys running, they keep tight ends in, Brian Flores isn't sure who's in and who's out anymore, and that's why Gibbs gets lost in this protection, right? He gets lost in this scheme because he's supposed to be blocking. Like he's supposed to be in the blocking.
Right.
And so when he leaks out like this, there's no one accounting for him. And that's just great offensive coordinator stuff.
So rather than just like from a dumb question. So for instance, rather than the offense saying, okay, we're gonna account for these 5 known rushers with like a 5-0 with our 5 offensive linemen, and we will account for a blitzing linebacker with our running back. They're saying, no, we're gonna account for the blitzing linebacker by just confusing him with a play action. And just take
and
him
what
out
does
of the
it
play.
do? It bottles everybody up in the middle because we're running this would be like some 394 protection where we're faking 94 zone, but at the same time we got a tight end back here blocking to help us instead.
The backside tight end's the
but it
sixth man.
muddies everything up, right? Like it takes you out of I'll pin my ears back mode and puts you more in, oh my God, is this a run mode? Is what's going on back here? It makes you start thinking, and that's why I said you got to be careful when you talk about fire with fire because these dudes have way more fire. They can bottle you up. They can throw things at you. They can put tight ends on the field, and you're like, wait, what's this guy doing out here? Oh, he's blocking. Why are they in this run formation? Oh, it's a 20-yard pass to the running back because nobody thought about him. Like, this is how you start to beat this. We're not going to just let you come back here and pin your ears back. Or we don't look stupid, do we? But that's why you just said it, Mackey. Like, oh, I can't believe they're still running this. How do you shut down the pass rush? You stick with what you know. We're great at the play action, and God damn it, one of these guys behind us, just dangling this ball to them will get somebody to jump up enough for everyone else to get behind them, which is huge.
Let's do so this is one more play here from this game, and they're already kind of on the fringe of field goal range, but just a couple more yards would make this a makeable field goal to win it. And you can still run play action. And voila.
It's just too easy.
I know, dude. It's two of like the greatest at one point. It's hard to see that.
I'm really curious to see what Flores does, because the copycat league, the rest of the NFL is going to look at this and say, okay, how do you beat the Vikings? You sneak behind the linebackers. Right. And
you muddy the water and sneak behind them.
Muddy the water underneath. Right.
Now, this is them going 5-0. This is them straight
protection.
up. Yeah, this is them going straight up 5-0 right here. See how they just keep changing the way they run it? This is them saying, hey, right here, 5-0.
Yep. 5 bigs. We'll take them all. And the tight end stays in.
It's crazy, too, because it's like it's a true 4-man front. It's an even front.
Yeah, straight front.
But you just have a saw on the outside, so you have your tight end backside blocking. So it's really a 6-0. We would never have that call. We would have a TO call, but Van Ginkel ends up dropping out, so it really just becomes this 5-0. But look, it's the same thing. Great pocket, great, and we'll just throw it into – it's hard to see Stephon Gilmore and Harry double-team somebody and then make a catch that easy. You're like, wait a minute, wasn't that the greatest at one point, 2 of them? But that's exactly what that – everything they do, the formations they run it out of, 2 tight ends on the field, we're playing chess while you're playing checkers, you got big boys, we're passing the ball. Like, all these things play into it. And at the same time, if you ever get them in a rut, they'll just hand the ball off. Yeah. And they'll go, our boys up front will feast on you. And I love that about them.
So, yeah, the Lions, last week, it was probably the 3rd or 4th time this season we've looked at Lions tape, because it's probably the most fun tape to look at.
Most fun to watch.
Dude, Ben Johnson. The more I thought about it last night, Jay, the more I'm like, yeah, he might leave. You might have to roll out.
Someone's going to pay him a bankload to come run offense for them.
Maybe, it'll be interesting.
Yeah. So, hey, if you enjoyed this, maybe you're a Lions fan, you discovered the O-Line Committee, welcome in. Click that subscribe button and the like button on the O-Line Committee YouTube channel, and we'll see you guys next time.